Time now to get a spring sports update with Athletics Director Jeff Barber. And despite Jocelyn Williams still competing in the NCAA championships for track and field, all the competition is now over as we approach the summer months. And Jeff, it was a successful spring on a number of accords. The women's programs winning the All Sports Award in the Big South, but I know we strive for the overall Sasser Cup. But all in all, we'll begin with women's sports, and the track and field team wins another championship to kind of start us off here.
It was great. It's almost to be expected from them, and you hate to put it that way, but they've certainly set the bar really high and done a terrific job. So we weren't surprised by that at all and want to continue to build and get better from it.
I knew we would expect this from a Dot Richardson-coached softball team. Year two of her tenure, 29 wins, 18-win improvement from 2014, adding to the mix the new stadium. So things look very bright for the softball team.
They do. The University of Tennessee coach was here last summer, and he said with this stadium and with Dot Richardson, it won't take you guys long. You will be a powerhouse in college softball. We're starting to see that. I remember when Tim Tebow was here a couple of years ago talking to him, and he said if you have the right coaches and you have the right facilities, he said Liberty's going to do some amazing things. So that's part of the plan, and that's what we're doing.
Records were broken with the women's tennis program, 19 wins, a regional ranking at the end of the year in the ITA. So Jeff Marin has that program going in the right direction as well.
He does. He's done a tremendous job. I actually talked with him last night. He's down in Florida recruiting right now and building his database for players. And, you know, he's recruiting at a very high level. He's not going after the typical tennis recruit as you would think Liberty would go after, but he's going after a much higher player, and he's starting to get those, and I think their program is really going to be really good.
Not to be forgotten, Kelly Nangle, the job she did here in year two of her tenure, taking the women's lacrosse team to the Big South Championship. That was a fun weekend, and again, another program that's on the rise here.
It is, and again, talked to her yesterday. She was in the office, and we talked a while, and she's been out recruiting and going to a lot of tournaments. She and her staff are just terrific recruiters, and they love to beat the path and get down there and go everywhere they need to go to recruit. And, you know, she's telling me, Jeff, if we can get the girls to come on campus, she said, we've got a great shot at them. And she's got 9 girls coming in next year. She expects 5 of them to play significantly. So, you know, we're just going to get better and better. And, again, a great facility, great coach, and you put the combination together and you have great things.
Jeff, I know you're a big golf fan. Isaiah Logue, freshman here, had a great season and finished just one stroke from qualifying for the U.S. Open. How special is that for such a young kid?
It is. It's great. It's great for him, great for the program. I wish he could have had that one stroke, and he's certainly a terrific young man, great young man, and his golf game is one to watch, and don't be surprised if you see him playing on the tour one day.
Look at baseball, and I know the draft is this week. Might have some shuffling with the roster, and the program is where it is now. Back-to-back regional appearances through last year. That's the standard now. So as you move forward, looking forward to the fall and the next season, where do you think Jim's going to take this team?
Well, we'll get back where we need to be. You know, we had some significant injuries and some things with some pitchers, and we just didn't quite get it done this year. But I've got full confidence in him. He's got some terrific players coming in next year. And so, you know, we expect to go to regionals. And, again, we've got a terrific coach and a terrific stadium. And, again, that combination will put us back there quickly.
Absolutely. And already has attendance all-time high here at this stadium. So it's been really fun to watch the growth and improvement of the baseball program. Final thing to touch on from a athletic standpoint, men's tennis, 6-2 in the Big South, second-place finish this past spring. So Coach Johnson, again, like Jeff Marin, has that program pushing the needle in the right direction.
He has. They're moving in the direction they need to go in. And, again, we expect our teams to compete for every championship. We put ourselves in a position, thanks to the president and to the good Lord, that we're in a position that we should compete and win championships in every sport. And there's really no reason we shouldn't. So Chris is getting that done, and we expect that to get better and better.
Latest academic numbers are in, Jeff. 484 student-athletes here on campus. Cumulative GPA, 3.14. That is a record, broken last year's record. So Christy Bites and her staff are doing a great job off the court and off the field for these student-athletes.
They are. I just came out of a meeting with all the vice presidents and mentioned that 9.5 years ago when I came, the first thing that I started working on was shoring up the academic office. That's obviously the main reason we're all here. So Christy came in, Bites came in back then 9 years ago now, and has assembled a great staff. And they're just leading edge kind of people. They are hard workers and doing a great job. We're very blessed to have them. And when we move into our new academic and performance center, they'll have a beautiful new home to do their work, and expect even better things.
Speaking of that facility, which is going to go just on the back hill of the soccer stadium, when should we expect ground to be broken there?
Well, this summer they're going to start moving dirt and moving power lines and doing the things they need to do. We expect it to be about a 2-year project, so we expect that probably in the fall of 2017 that we'll be able to move into this new facility.
We caught up with one of your key cohorts here, Mickey Gritty, on the turf replacement project for football. As you can see, if you look at the stadium right now, it's gravel, it's dirt, but there's a lot of work being made, and hopefully by July we'll see the new turf down.
We will. It's kind of like building a house. You know, you have to do a lot of, or putting up a building. There are a lot of things you do with the basement and foundations and all that. So they are putting in new drainage now, so we'll have no issues with that kind of thing again. And then it will be turf. I have been asked via Twitter. Is it going to be grass or is it going to be turf? And we will be putting a new turf down. It'll be a new design. We'll still have red end zones, but it'll be a new design that I think people are really going to love.
Great, Jeff. As always, we appreciate the update. Have a great summer. Football will be here before we know it.
Thank you very much, Alan.
That's Athletics Director Jeff Barber. I'm Alan York for LibertyFlames.com.